Hello everyone and welcome to a new reading vlog. If you couldn't tell by the title and the thumbnail, today's video is another weekend reading vlog and I am so excited to be filming what I'm reading this weekend and also what I get up to, because I'm still going to call it a reading vlog. However, we do have a lot of plans. We have a very busy day today. I need to take Kiwi to the vets in honestly about 10 minutes. It's a new vet as well and it's about half an hour away from me, so we'll see what she's like. Kiwi has really bad anxiety when it comes to going to the vet. She's actually been prescribed anti-anxiety tablets, bless it. Honestly breaks my heart, but I'm hoping that going to a new vet will be okay for her, so we'll see. I am actually going to be passing a beach on the way there, so if she's a good girl, if she possibly gets too anxious, I will take her to the beach on the way back just so that she can have a run. But I will have to check the tides actually to make sure that it's safe for us to go, because I don't want to turn up and then her get excited and then we can't end up going. So that is the plan for first thing this morning. Then we have a new skip coming to our new house and Tom and I need to be there because it's been a long process, guys. We have asked for the skip since about 3 weeks, but every time they've been, there have been cars parked in front of our garden, and so it's been impossible for them to remove the skip and give us a new one. So we went round, was it Thursday night, asking everyone to please move their cars the following Friday because we had a slot booked in for the skip. However, the skip never turned up, which is so annoying, and so we've had to reschedule it for today, and Tom and I need to go around the neighbours again today and be a pain once again in order to get the skip, but hopefully that will happen. We then also need to go and do a food shop and pick up our fancy dress costumes for Adriana's 30th birthday celebration. So a very busy and chaotic day, which is why I have decided to get ready this morning, because it just saves me time this afternoon when I possibly won't have any. But yeah, Adriana turned 30 on Wednesday and she is having a fancy dress party to celebrate. Tom and I are doing a couple's outfit, which is honestly hilarious. I got the short end of the stick with it, which you will see in a minute, but honestly I love it, so it's fine. It's just going to be very inconvenient throughout the night. But the theme for this party is the 2000s, and I want you guys to guess actually, will I have put it in the thumbnail? I may have put it in the thumbnail, but if I haven't, please go ahead and guess what you think our couple's outfits could be, and if it is in the thumbnail then comment some relevant emojis to represent it please, because I'm very excited and yeah, it's just gonna be very fun. My family is all for this type of thing. Tom not so much, but the fact that I've managed to get him into a costume is a win, and yeah, that's why I decided to go for the more annoying one. So that is the plan for today. So I'm not actually sure if I'm gonna get that much reading done, but if I do, I'm gonna be focusing on A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. This is a Norse-inspired fantasy romance book. I have the beautiful Fairy Loot edition, which is stunning, and it's one that I've been meaning to pick up ever since I received it, but I just haven't. So I am going to be prioritizing it this weekend. I'm so excited to finally get to it, and I'm not going to read you the full synopsis. I'll just read you the little snippet because I'm running out of time this morning. But it says, a woman blessed by the gods battles to unite a nation under a power-hungry king, whilst also fighting her growing desire for his fiery son, in this Norse-inspired fantasy romance from the best-selling author of the Bridge Kingdom series. Now, I haven't read the Bridge Kingdom series, but I've heard amazing things about it, so I am going into this one with higher hopes. I've not really been in the fancy mood recently though, so hopefully this does hit the spot. I have been wanting to pick up more murder mystery and thriller books, so we'll see. I'm hoping it'll grip me and that I will end up loving it and flying through it, but yeah, with how busy today is, I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. If not, this is my top priority tomorrow. I am not planning on doing much tomorrow, to be honest with you guys, so hopefully I can get this read. But I will check in with you guys once I'm back from doing all the crazy stuff that I have planned so that I can sit down and properly talk about this book. For now though, I need to send Kiwi to the vet, which I'm dreading, so I'll chat to you guys as soon as I'm back and let you guys know how the morning has gone. I know it looks like I haven't moved, but I promise you I have. Kiwi is sat here with me. Let me just turn you around. I've actually had to take you off the tripod to show you because she was sitting at an angle in which it wouldn't work if you were on the tripod, but look at her. We did manage to go to the beach, as you probably will have seen, and she is knackered now, bless her. She did do so good at the vet, I must say. However, as soon as we got through the door, the smells must have alerted her to where we were because she started shaking like a leaf. She hid under my seat as well in the waiting room, and she just didn't want to come out. Now, the vet was lovely. He was an older man who was really patient with me and her, and he's obviously very experienced because he took one look at her leg and just told us that it would be best to just get rid of the lump that's on there. I didn't even tell you why we were going to the vet. I'm sorry about that. But essentially on one of her legs she has a kind of growth, and we noticed it a few months back, but it has gotten worse these last few weeks. Because of that, we ended up taking her to our local vet. However, they weren't really the best. We weren't getting any real answers from them, and we were spending a lot of money on consultations and biopsies and things like that, and we just weren't seeing results, and the leg was just getting worse. And so we decided to go to this vet, which we've heard amazing things about. It's highly recommended, and I can see why. It was such a relaxed atmosphere. I felt so much calmer there. Kiwi did calm down after a while as well. The man was lovely. He knew exactly what was going on with her, and he's booked us in for next week now in order to get rid of this lump as well, which is scary for me and Kiwi. However, I feel like it's the right thing to do, and he said the recovery is going to be about 10 days, so not half as bad as I thought, to be honest. And Tom and I will both be off by the time she goes for her op as well, because we are off for a few weeks over the summer holidays as we are both teachers, so the timing has worked out pretty well. But I will say, this time last year is when she opened her paw as well. She cut it on either some glass or some slate in a river on one of our walks, and we went through a lot of vet visits. A lot of money was spent, and she did have to wear a kind of sock over her paw when we went for walks, which she hated. So yeah, she's not having luck when it comes to the summer holidays. However, cross fingers, everything goes well. She does have some anti-inflammatory and antibiotics in the meantime, which we will of course be giving to her. And yeah, as I've said, she's booked in now, which is definitely a weight off my mind. And yeah, Tom and I will both be off so we can give her all the attention. I felt so bad after that surprise vet visit though that I did end up taking her to the beach, which you will have seen. It was such a lovely day. It's a very gloomy day. I think everyone in the UK is complaining about the weather right now because it honestly feels like winter. I will say though, today was a little bit warmer, and yeah, I checked the tides. The tide was out, and so we decided to go. It was a lovely walk. We were there for about 40 minutes, I want to say, and yeah, it was quite busy. There were quite a bit of people there, but Kiwi was so good. She listened to me. She barely left my side, to be honest. And yeah, we went up to the ocean so that she could have a paddle, and I feel like that's going to help her leg as well. Then we went to my new house and we met Tom's mum and dad whilst we were there, and during this time, as they were going to leave, the skip came round, and so we managed to get our new skip and for them to take the old one as well, which was great. The neighbours were lovely. Everyone had moved their cars, and yeah, we finally have an empty skip, which yeah means that we can continue on with our work. We are getting there, guys. It's so close to moving in date now, and yeah, I'm just so excited for it. I am posting renovation vlogs on my second channel, which is called Life with 3. However, I think I've only posted my first one because for the second vlog I need to pop in and kind of explain what's going on, and I just haven't wanted to film that. So that one is delayed, but the third one is ready. It's been uploaded to my YouTube. I just need to publish it, but obviously I need to do this one first, and then after that the rest of them will follow. So if you would like to know what I'm talking about, please go ahead and check out my second channel so that you can follow along on our renovation journey. After that, we went to do the food shop and we picked up our fancy dress costumes, and honestly Guys, I can't. Genuinely, it's the funniest thing. Tom's isn't too bad, but mine is awful. And I say awful, I love it. I genuinely love it, and I'm always up for a laugh, so yeah, I am here for it. Adriana will definitely appreciate it. But I'm gonna be uncomfortable throughout most of the night, and it's gonna be hard for me to drink because I have something covering my face. So I'm gonna give you that hint, and I'll show you guys the costume in a minute. But yeah, we tried it on in the shop and we were both like crying because we looked so ridiculous, and the woman was lovely. She had a few different costumes laid out for us because I phoned her yesterday or the day before, and we were gonna go as Jessie and Woody from Toy Story. However, she let me know that if I was going to a fancy dress party at the weekend, that I should probably stray away from that idea because someone was already going as Woody and Buzz. So we decided to change our costumes last minute, and yeah, like I said, she was great. She had a load of options for us, and I saw the costumes for one of these characters, but I couldn't see the other one on their website. However, when we got there, she pulled it out, and yeah, I was sold. We knew we had to do it. So stay tuned to see Tom and I in our fancy dress costumes. I honestly can't wait. I've just had a message from Adriana now, actually, a Snapchat, which probably it's her getting ready. Yes, it is. There's a little sneak peek. She's gonna hate me showing that on the internet, but can you guess which character Adriana is? Place your bets down below and I will let you guys know once I meet up with her if you are right. So if she is ready, that means that Tom and I need to go over to her house because we are gonna have a few pre-drinks before going down to the venue. I feel like for a fancy dress party, you need to have had 1 or 2 drinks before going because it kind of eases you into the night, and I feel like it just makes it all the better because it's just hilarious. Anyway, moving on to the book. I'm just rambling. This is honestly more of a life vlog this weekend, but I wanted to document it because I knew we would just, yeah, have a good time and it would be chaotic. But I will read you the synopsis of this one. I didn't give you a great one earlier, and even though I have read 53 pages now, I'm up to chapter 6, which honestly isn't that much at all, I still don't quite know where this book is going. So it says, bound in an unwanted marriage, Freya spends her days gutting fish, but dreams of becoming a warrior and of putting an axe in her boorish husband's back. Freya's dreams abruptly become reality when her husband betrays her to the Regent's Jarl, landing her in a fight to the death against his son. To survive, Freya is forced to reveal her deeper secret. She possesses a drop of a goddess's blood, which gives her magic capable of repelling any attack. A magic that was foretold would unite the fractured nation of Scarland beneath a king, the one who controls the Shield Maiden's fate. Believing he's destined to rule Scarland, the fanatical Jarl binds Freya with a blood oath and orders his son Bjorn to protect her from their enemies. Desperate to prove her strength, Freya must train to fight and learn to control her magic, all while facing perilous tests set by the gods. Except the greatest test of all may be resisting her forbidden attraction to Bjorn. If Freya succumbs to her lust for the charming and fierce warrior, she risks not only her own destiny, but the fate of all the people she swore to protect. I feel like that sums it up pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I hadn't really read that because some of the things haven't yet happened, and I feel like it would have been more impactful had I not read the synopsis. I definitely feel like if I'd read it at the start before diving in, then it would have hindered my enjoyment a little bit. But I will say I'm enjoying it. You are thrown into the action from the get-go, and I genuinely have no idea where we're gonna go from here. So I'm probably not gonna find out tonight. It is currently 5:10, and yeah, the party starts at 7, and like I said, we need to go over there, which means we need to get changed first of all. I need to show you our costumes, and yeah, we need to head over there and have a few drinks with them before heading off. But I will say I am enjoying it so far. It was easy to fall into, and as I said, I've read 53 pages considering I've been so busy today. It was handy actually because Tom drove to do the food shop and things like that, so whilst he was driving I could read, and that is how I've managed to read so much. So yeah, I'm very happy with that, but I'm leaving myself a big task tomorrow to finish it. If I don't finish it tomorrow, it will be Monday or Tuesday, but I'm hoping that I can get through this one relatively quickly. I may put on reading sprints for the majority of tomorrow, to be honest with you, just to help me get through it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, and hopefully that continues on throughout the rest of this book. For now though, I'm going to take you downstairs. I'm going to ask Tom to film a little video with me so that we can show you our costumes, because I'm gonna hate this costume by the end of tonight. I know I am, but the excitement is real right now, and I think you guys are gonna have a good laugh. So let's head downstairs and try and convince Tom to come on camera with me with his costume on. Right, I've convinced him to do this. So this is how we look now, and in 3, 2, 1. These are our costumes. Do we look amazing? Look how inconvenient this is, guys. I've got mesh over my face. So tonight's gonna be fun. I love it. Yeah, I got the short straw, but it's okay. We'll deal with it. Right, it doesn't even want to focus on my face, you guys. So yeah, this might be coming off sporadically throughout the night because I feel like I'll need a break. It's a bit hot and yeah, very hard to actually talk to people and see them. But we have to walk through our village now looking like this. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, very excited. We're going to ads now. I may bring this just to show you what they look like, and yeah, I'll see you soon. I wear t-shirts, she's too captain, and I'm on the bleachers dreaming about the day that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. If you can see that I'm the one who understands, you've been here all along, so why can't you see it? You belong with me, you belong with me. Think I know where you belong. Think I know it's with me. You belong with me. You belong with me. Have you ever thought just maybe? You belong with me. You belong with me. Woo!
That's your face.
Last man standing. I have a confession, guys. It's currently the next weekend. I knew that this would happen as soon as I started to film reading vlogs again, but I was essentially knocked out last Sunday, and I've been so busy this week with my school closing that I just haven't had time to sit down and update you guys. And I actually sat down now to edit and upload this video and realised that the end clip was missing because, of course, I hadn't filmed it. So I am here now to close out this vlog. I realised that I haven't really talked about the book that I've been reading all that much, so I do apologise, but I will wrap up my thoughts on that at the end of this clip. But firstly, I just want to quickly go over what happened at the weekend. So of course you saw me at Adriana's party. Tom and I dressed up as Mike and Sully, which yeah, was a great time, but I did have to take off the costume towards the end of the night a few times because I was just getting so hot. Adriana went as the fairy godmother from Shrek, so points to you guys if that's what you commented. Her outfit was insane. She looked so good. I will pop up a picture of both of us on screen because I feel like you need to appreciate the outfits, and yeah, we had an amazing time. I realised in my clips that it looks quite empty there, but we were the first ones there and we were also the last ones to leave, and I think I filmed the majority of those clips either at the beginning or the end of the night. So that is why it looked empty, but I promise there were a load of other people there, plus family members who definitely wouldn't want to be on camera. So I only filmed when I felt comfortable and when other people felt comfortable, and those are the clips we ended up with. So I hope you enjoyed the a Taylor Swift song that I threw in there. Ads and I recently did go to the Eras tour and Love Story came on, which is one of my favourite Taylor Swift songs ever, and yeah, we had an amazing time bopping out to that one. Apologies for the burst eardrums. I know that my voice isn't the best, but I was just vibing, you know, and having a good time, and I thought I should keep it in. So yeah, as I said, we were the last to leave because obviously it was Adriana's party. We live across the road from each other and we shared a taxi, and that meant that we didn't get in, I think, until about 1:30. Now despite that, I did get up pretty early on Sunday morning. I got up before Tom, so I came downstairs, I cleaned the kitchen, which is what I normally do when I've been on a night out for some reason. I have the urge to clean the kitchen for some reason, so I did that. I made myself a coffee and then I sat down to read. Kiwi joined me, as you saw, which was honestly the cutest thing ever, and I managed to get through quite a decent amount of this book. After that though, Tom needed to go to Hickory's because one of his co-workers was retiring and he wanted to get him a nice gift, and so he decided to get him a gift card for Hickory's. I think another person was going to get him a gift card for Cineworld, and they are quite close, so he thought they could make a day out of it. So yeah, we decided to go to Hickory's, and of course it would be rude not to have food, so I'll pop up a picture of our food. We didn't go for a starter this time round, we just had the main meal. Tom, I think, went for a brisket with a side of mac and cheese, and I went for mac and cheese as a main meal. However, Tom convinced me to try the chicken and maple syrup mac and cheese, which I don't know how I felt about anyway, but I decided to give it a try, and I'm not gonna lie guys, I wasn't a massive fan. It was great, I was craving something like that, but I don't know, it just didn't really work for me, and I just feel like I wanted that classic mac and cheese rather than a over sweetened version of it. So I ate it, it was really nice, but I think I would have preferred just a normal mac and cheese. So I unfortunately won't be ordering that one again, but I'm glad that I tried it. And then we came home. I think Tom had a nap because he was tired. He'd obviously been driving as well. We both weren't feeling well, but we weren't hungover. It was just like a kind of flu-y like day for us, I suppose. I've realised now that when I go out to drink, I feel like I'm coming down with a cold the day after rather than feeling hungover, and I think that's just because that I'm out way past my normal bedtime. I've obviously had a few drinks, so my immune system's a bit all over the place, and when I go out I normally don't take a lot of layers because I do get too hot. However, yeah, I feel like it just isn't a good mix, and then I end up feeling a bit rubbish the next day. So to be honest, I could have done with a nap as well. However, Wimbledon was on, the men's final between Alcaraz and Djokovic was on, and for those of you who don't know, I used to play tennis professionally for Wales. I used to represent my country, but I haven't done now for a few years because of personal reasons, but tennis does have a special place in my heart, and I've been following Djokovic for years now, and obviously Alcaraz is on the rise. He is an amazing tennis player that has won Wimbledon for the second time. So yeah, I watched that match, it was incredible, and then we watched the Euros final, which was of course between England and Spain. So all in all, it was a pretty jam-packed day, and I didn't manage to actually read this book in its entirety in that day. So I have read it sporadically throughout the week, and I'm happy to report that I have now finished it and that I have given it 4 stars. Now I do think it may be more of a 3.5, but I don't know if that's me being a bit cruel. I know I read you the synopsis earlier on in this video, but this is a Norse-inspired fantasy romance, which are definitely buzzwords for me. I love Norse mythology. Anything to do with Vikings just really intrigues me, and I have a fascination with it, especially when reading about it or watching TV shows and films and things like that. So I was really intrigued by the premise, and I have also heard a lot of good things. So I dove in, and I will say it's action-packed from the get-go. However, I do feel like something was missing for me. I felt like I was getting a bit bored. It wasn't really holding my attention all that much during certain scenes, and especially scenes where I should have been flicking through the pages wanting to know what was going on. I think I was just missing something. My favourite part of this book was the character relationships. I feel like that was done so well, and not just the romance element either, but all relationships in this book. I feel like friendships were portrayed really well. I feel like a forced marriage was done really well, and also familial relationships that weren't that great were portrayed, in my personal opinion, really compellingly, and I feel like it was definitely something that did hit me emotionally. Whilst I like Freya, our main character, I sometimes feel like she was a little bit whiny, and she would just throw herself into the worst situations without a second thought to anyone else involved. Even when other people were a lot more experienced and knew what to do, she would just kind of go off and do what she wanted to do, and she wouldn't really care about the consequences of that until it was too late. And yeah, I just feel like she was very very impulsive, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but in this world where people are trying to kill you and the people who are with you are trying to keep you alive, I feel like it's best to listen to the people who are trying to keep you alive, because when you don't, things go wrong and innocent people pay. So that was definitely a gripe for me. The politics though is something that I really did like. We have different jarls in here, and one of them in particular received a prophecy a few years back that said that if he were to marry a shield maiden, he would become king. And so the jarl that is now in possession of Freya, I'm gonna say, because that's the way she sees it, is wanting to become king, and so the other jarls around him are waging war and are trying to kill and also kidnap Freya if they can't kill her. And so it's just a really big mess. However, yeah, like I said, there are different political things at play, and even though I did guess who was behind a lot of the manipulation and the scheming that ultimately led to the ending of this book, I feel like it was done in a way that I didn't mind that, and I liked seeing the reveals as they came to light. Though I will say I don't know what is going to happen in the next book. I loved the ending of this book, though I do feel like some bits could have been fleshed out a little bit more, but I'm thinking that in book 2 we are going to see a lot more of that, and we're also going to see how different people have been manipulating our characters from the start, and hopefully see our characters take control of their fate and their destiny and write their own paths. So yeah, I will definitely be picking up the second book. I feel like mainly for the characters, because I do really like both Freya and Bjorn, and also the side characters as well. They are all really interesting, and where we left off here now, you don't really know what's gone on with some of those characters either, so it will be nice to kind of get all the information and see where everyone's at in the second book. So all in all, this is one that I would recommend. It has enough of a fantasy plot to keep it going, as well as the romance element to it. I really do think it has a nice mix of both. They're not overpowering, and it does carry the story, and the romance is also relevant to the story. It does have a purpose, and I personally wouldn't say it's insta-lovey either, which definitely makes it more believable for me. And yeah, our male love interest is just amazing. I absolutely love him, and I'm really looking forward to see where we go in the second book, as I mentioned, because things are a bit up in the air now, and yeah, I just need to know what's going on. So I will be pre-ordering the second book. Hopefully Fairy Loot will be putting out an exclusive edition to match this one. I'm sorry again that I didn't really speak too much about this book. I've just been swept up in all of the different things this week. I'm honestly feeling pretty emotionally drained right now after this last week, especially after Friday, because that was the last day that my school was opened. It has now closed its doors forever, and all of the teachers and the kids were super emotional. I was fine until the end of the day, and then just seeing the kids get upset and seeing the parents get upset, it set me off. And yeah, we also went out for a meal afterwards as well, where we realized that this was kind of going to be the last time that we all came together unless we planned something specifically. So it's just been crazy. And then yesterday my mum came round and I was at the house all day, and same goes for today, because I'm decluttering in order to move house, and I'm getting the new house ready for Jason, my stepdad, to come in to paint for us next week. So it's just been chaotic, but I hope you enjoyed this vlog nonetheless. It's been a very strange one, but hopefully it's a fun one that you really did enjoy watching. I know I'm gonna look back and think, why did you leave that singing intro on? Nobody needed to hear that, but I feel like I would like to look back on it one day, and yeah, we just had a really good time, and I wanted to keep that in there. If you have made it this far through into the video and would like to let me know that you're still here, please go ahead and leave me a raven emoji down in the comments if there is one. If not, please just leave me any bird emoji. We have 2 on the cover here, so I feel like that represents the book very well. I know I say it all the time, but seeing you guys comment the emoji of the video truly does mean the world to me. It blows me away that you guys watch these all the way through. So if you don't have anything in particular that you would like to say, but you would like to let me know that you're still here, please go ahead and comment that now. As well as that, please don't forget to click the like button if you like this video, and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. I am now off on my summer holidays, so a lot of videos will be coming your way soon. I know I've been a bit slow with them recently because of all the chaos of my life, but I'm hoping to film a load over summer and share them with you guys as soon as possible. So please go ahead and do that if you haven't already. Saying that though, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you once again for watching, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!